folks, it's Mountain Man 3225. I'll just start off by saying I am so sorry it's been so long since I've been on camera. Honestly, I've just been out of ideas. Sorry to say the mini truck's no longer here. The truck blew a head gasket, as I think I said in a previous episode, or the last episode I uploaded. But don't worry folks, I'll have a new one coming soon. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, just leave that a surprise. But I will say this much. Good Lord willing, it'll be bigger and better than the last one. But until then, I got a new little project. Sitting here behind me is my granddad's 1952 Ford 8N. This thing's all original except a few pieces I've had to replace just because of age. Motor, transmission, headlights, everything as far as the housing, all that stuff's original. Hood, no sheet metal work's been done. Had to replace the rear hoops because they're eat up. They used calcium chloride back in the day and that stuff beat them up. Got some new tires. Got a real good deal at a tractor show from a fellow, $125 for the set of 2 hoops, 2 tires. So I'm going to stop the camera and we'll do a walk around and a crank up and maybe do a little driving. Y'all just come along. Alrighty. I'm freehanding this so I can show you all the good stuff there. Like I said, there's the hoops. This is an old cultivator of my dad's. We pretty much had this thing in the family as far back as I can remember. I forget where he, got it from. I think he got it from my uncle or something. But anyhow, of course, got to have the slow-moving vehicle sign on there. I just did that for when I drive in parades or whatever. Also, if you look, that little bracket right there, I've got an American flag I stick in the back of it. It's been, we put it together with a couple of bolts and tapped some holes. Let's see if I can get this in view. There we go. You can see there, tapped it in right there and it went in just perfect. So anyhow, springs come off, so that's why that one side's tied up with a strap. The other side had a strap on it, but it rotted. Also, because the PTO runs off the gearbox, I leave it on full time, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So I've got a cap on there. My uncle put that on there for me since I don't run any PTO driven implements behind it. Another thing I've seen on this, another thing that's on this tractor that I haven't seen any of, to be honest with you, is this field light here. Most of the time I just see like a tail light looking thing or nothing. So that's something interesting in and of itself. But there's one more thing that makes this tractor really unique. And any old tractor enthusiast out there, if you've seen another one like this in your location, please write in the comments and let me know. But the thing that makes this thing the most unique, I don't know how well y'all can see it. You can see it good right there. This right here, this lever right here, that's a Sherman 2-range gearbox. The standard 8N only has 4 gears on it and reverse. This tractor has 8. Also, the tractor still got the original 6-volt generator and starter. I've replaced a few solenoids, but still got the original starter, still got the original generator, hoses. Let's see, what else do we do? So, let's see here. Oh yes, and the front end, I've replaced the radiator cap because the one that was on there just wasn't up to spec. I also gave the hood emblem a little patina look there. When I got it, it was all shiny and red and good looking. I bought it on eBay. I didn't like that. So for my first tractor show, I went to wash the tractor off, kind of clean her up a little bit because she had a whole lot of grease and dirt and years of just use where it's never cleaned. Of course, I was a little scared of that, thinking it would fall apart because that's probably what was holding it together. Thank God it wasn't. But anyways, so when I got that, I was pressure washing it one day and blew all the paint off of it. And I'm like, okay. So there might be a few flicks in there. Oh, there might be a few flicks in there, but I got it about as good as I can get it, and I took a wire brush to the rest of it there and cleaned it up real nice so it would semi-look like it came on the tractor. The other thing that's kind of nice about this tractor, it's got this bumper here with the 1 and 7/8, I think it is, ball there. Papa used to use that thing to yard dog his boat around the yard. So that's a little backstory on that. The only thing this tractor does not have on it, and I have been toying with the idea of putting it on, haven't 100% decided, but is the hand crank. I did not know these tractors came with a hand crank, but they do. Have not decided if I'm going to do that or not, but maybe one day. Probably not, because I'd have to take the bumper off, and I think that gives it some character. Plus, I grew up with it, so yeah. Alrighty, let's jump up here and I'll show y'all what all I've done on the up in the cockpit area here. Show you a little bit of the tractor. Now, a lot of you classic tractor enthusiasts probably already know all this, so you can watch or you can run on. But anyways, got your amp meter there. Oh, hang on just a second here. I forgot I got my Bluetooth running. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. So you got your amp meter here. This is probably the original one to the tractor. I'm not 100% sure, but as you'll see, she works just fine. Got our oil pressure gauge there. It reads that pretty good. Of course, got our choke. And the light switch, that's not an original 8-in light switch. I know, before someone comments, I know. But I tell you what happened. I had an original 8-in light switch, or era correct light switch, and it was on there, went through the winter up until a few months ago, and it stopped working because condensation and water got into it. I use this tractor as my daily driver to go to the mailbox since I have no truck to do the mail runs and whatever around the farm. So this is kind of my farm buggy for now. But anyways, so I put this waterproof light switch in, got it from O'Reilly's, and it does really well. And I'll fire the lights up and let y'all see them here in just a minute. Let's see here. Of course, you got your standard controls here. Make sure I'm on the right side. Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Trying to do this is weird. Holding the camera with my right hand and I'm left hand, or holding it with my left hand when I should be with the right. But anyways, so you got your 3-point lift right here. And like I said, that runs off the PTO shaft. And I can't remember, is it this side? Yeah. And I don't know how well y'all can see it. Actually, I'm gonna hop off the tractor. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna hop off the tractor here for a minute. There. All right. That's embarrassing. You'll have to excuse me, folks. I'm still trying to remember how to use this camera. So, anyhow, that lever right there. If you reach it and pull it this way, where it's sitting right there now, that disengages the PTO. You push it backwards, that engages it. I leave it engaged because that's the only way the PTO will run. Okay. The other controls that you need to be worried about is this little thing right here that turns your fuel on and off. I've turned mine off because the sediment bowl leaks. I replaced that, but the seal's bad or something, so I'm not worried about it right now. There's your oil filter. Your air filter's over there on the other side. Of course, you got a flathead 4, just like the old Model A's. Sounds like them too. I'll walk around here real quick before I fire it up for you for the first crank of the day. Of course, you got your oil bath air filter right there. Put a new carburetor on it and tuned it up. But pretty much everything else here is original. Replaced the exhaust because it this bracket right here rusted through and broke. So as you see, motor's cold, exhaust is bone cold. I still don't know why people do that, but hey, whatever. So let's hop up here and see if the old girl will crank for us. Like I say, ain't been run, so let's see what she does. Okay, each 8-in is different, I will say that. I've seen some guys have to open them up, or, oh yeah, if you open this up, There's your gas tank right there, and this one's got a few little goodies inside. You got, of course, your battery there, and this is a little toolbox. Not many of them has that toolbox, kind of like the Sherman. Again, if you've seen any classic tractor enthusiast out there that sees this video, let me know what you've seen. There also used to be a pre-filter on here. That's I just went in and put that piece right there on because I couldn't find the glass jar to go on it. Honestly, I didn't try looking, but you know, live and learn. Okay, anyways, enough yakking. So to start it, all you need to do is you go down here, you turn your key on. Now again, every 8-in's different. Mine I usually set to about half throttle, give or take. And then I reach down here and hit this little button. And if that don't work, give her a little choke. Just like that right there. And as you'll notice, again, we'll take a look at the oil pressure. Throttle it up a little bit. Look over here at the amp meter. You turn the steering wheel a little bit where we can get a better view of it. There we go. And as you saw it dip back to about, say, 20 amps, give or take. It barely hits 5 amps discharge with the motor running inside. The generator's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So with that, let's go ahead and take you around and show you the old girl's lights and everything. Like I said, I had my uncle rewire it for me, and I did a little work. They're a little brighter and for what they are in the camera, but yeah, so we got those. And we got that one. I've also got this one. I leave it on because I just run all 3 of them. But I've also got this one on a toggle switch back here, so I can turn it on and off if I want to separate. So right there. So you can see right here. So anyways, and like I said, everything works. Brakes are excellent. And PTO runs, hydraulics work. And I tell you what, let's go take y'all for a little drive since I've got to run it. Why not? We'll throw her in 3rd gear. Second thought, we'll throw it up in 4th. Alrighty, here we go, folks. Actually, on second thought, we're going to go down here and put her in high range. It'll take it a minute to catch up steam, but once it goes, it really goes. Like I said, I'm running up in 8th gear and this thing will brake about 25 to 30 mile an hour. Even though it's a 1952, she still scoots. Alrighty, folks. Well, that's the walk around and drive of the 1952 Ford 8N. Like I said, this was something I inherited from my grandpa and my mom's side of the family, and best thing you could have ever left me. Anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, I am sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded a video. I actually got a notice from YouTube saying, hey, you need to upload a video. We see you ain't done one in a while, which is kind of comical. But anyways. Anyhow. As I was saying, oh, what's that? Oh, anyways, saw a weird thing on the fender here. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this video. As always, keep out of trouble. God bless. Keep safe. And yes, I know I'm not wearing a mask, but I'm back here on the farm. Worst thing I got to worry about is cow poo. Anyhow, alrighty. Catch y'all later. God bless. See you next time.